Have you ever wondered what's behind the headlines about Boeing's recent woes? Today we take a deep dive into the turbulence. Picture this, a titan of aviation, Boeing, a company that has been at the forefront of the industry for over a century, now finds itself in a storm. The clouds began to gather with the grounding of their 737 MAX fleet, but the turbulence runs deeper. Boeing's 737 MAX, a model that was once the jewel in the crown of their fleet, is now a symbol of the challenges the company faces. The grounding was not a decision taken lightly. It was a response to two catastrophic accidents that claimed the lives of nearly 350 people. The world watched in shock as these tragedies unfolded, leading to a crisis of confidence in the manufacturer. This was more than a blow to Boeing's reputation. It was a hit to the very heart of the aviation industry. Airlines worldwide had to scramble to replace the grounded fleet, disrupting schedules and impacting millions of passengers. The financial fallout has been immense, with billions of dollars lost in cancelled orders, compensation claims, and the costs of grounding an entire fleet. But what led to this crisis? Was it a failure of design, a lapse in oversight, or a combination of both? And more importantly, how can Boeing navigate through these stormy skies and regain the trust of passengers and airlines alike? In the next few minutes, we'll delve into these questions. We'll hear from industry experts, examine the factors that led to the grounding of the 737 MAX, and explore potential solutions to this crisis. This is not just about one company's woes, it's about the future of aviation. So buckle up as we embark on this journey. It's time to unveil the Boeing crisis. From the root cause to the path forward. Stay tuned as we hear from industry experts to understand the root of the crisis. To unravel the Boeing crisis, we've invited an aviation analyst for some insights. As we delve deeper into the Boeing debacle, it's important to remember that the issues at hand are more than skin deep. Our guest analyst, a veteran in the field, sheds light on the root causes of the crisis. The grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX wasn't just an unfortunate incident. It was the culmination of a series of design flaws and regulatory oversights that led to a catastrophic failure. The main culprit, the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCCAS for short. The MCCAS, a flight control system, was implemented to make the 737 MAX handle like its predecessor, despite having larger engines placed further forward on the wings. However, the system was designed to engage based on data from a single sensor, leaving it vulnerable to failure. When this sensor malfunctioned, the MCAS would kick in and force the nose of the plane down, thinking it was preventing a stall, but in reality it was creating a dangerous scenario that pilots struggled to correct. This flaw in design, coupled with a lack of transparency about the new system, led to the tragic accidents that resulted in the grounding of the entire 737 MAX fleet. But the issues didn't stop there. Regulatory oversight also played a significant role in the crisis. The FAA, or Federal Aviation Administration, outsourced much of its safety assessment to Boeing itself. This lack of independent scrutiny further exacerbated the problem. In the end, the grounding of the 737 MAX wasn't just a failure of design, but a failure of oversight and communication. A complex problem indeed that has left Boeing in a precarious situation. But what's the way out? How can Boeing rectify these issues and regain the trust of passengers and regulators alike? Well, that's the million-dollar question. As we move forward, we'll explore potential solutions that could help Boeing soar back into the skies. A complex problem indeed, but what's the way out? Let's explore potential solutions. To shed light on potential solutions, we've brought in an aviation engineer. The challenges Boeing faces are significant, but they're not insurmountable. The first step towards righting this ship is to prioritize safety. It may sound like a given, but when corporate pressures and bottom line start to sway the scales, it's an ethos that can easily be overlooked. Boeing needs to ensure that safety isn't just a box to be ticked, but a cornerstone of their design and manufacturing processes. A thorough review of aircraft designs is also critical. It's not about assigning blame, but learning from mistakes and ensuring they're not repeated. This means going back to the drawing board, scrutinizing every facet of the design and understanding the implications of each decision. In addition to this, implementing additional pilot training programs can serve to bridge the gap between technology and human control. As aircraft become more automated, it's essential that pilots are not just trained to fly, but also to understand and manage the systems they're entrusted with. But none of these measures will be truly effective without enhancing communication with regulatory authorities. Transparency and accountability are not just buzzwords, they're the lifeblood of trust. Boeing must work hand in hand with regulators, sharing information openly and taking responsibility for their actions. In this era of rapid technological advancement, it's easy to get swept up in the race for innovation. But we must remember that at the heart of aviation is people. It's about connecting individuals, families, and cultures. These stakes are too high for shortcuts or half measures. So, as we look to the future, let's not forget the lessons of the past. Let's strive for an aviation industry that values safety, transparency, and accountability. After all, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about the journey, the experience, and most importantly, the people. Transparency and accountability are key. Let's see what the aviation community thinks about it. The future of aviation relies on collaboration and innovation. What are your thoughts on the Boeing crisis? It's a question that invites a broad spectrum of opinions and insights, reflecting the diverse perspectives that make the aviation community so vibrant and dynamic. This crisis has underscored the importance of dialogue, of sharing ideas and experiences, and of learning from one another. And it's in this spirit of open, constructive conversation that we invite you to share your own thoughts about the Boeing situation. Perhaps you have insights gleaned from your own experiences in the aviation industry, or maybe you're a frequent flyer with thoughts on how this crisis has impacted your confidence in air travel. You might even be an aviation enthusiast eager to weigh in on the technical aspects of the situation. Whatever your background or perspective, your voice matters. In the face of challenges, it's crucial to remember that every crisis brings with it the opportunity for growth and improvement. The Boeing crisis is no different. It's a chance for the aviation industry to reassess its priorities, to strengthen its commitment to safety and transparency, and to emerge stronger and more resilient than before. Your insights and ideas play a key role in shaping this future. So we encourage you to comment below, to participate in this conversation, and to join us in envisioning a brighter future for Boeing and the aviation industry as a whole. As we wrap up this discussion, let's not forget that the story of aviation is far from over. It's a story that continues to evolve, shaped by the contributions of countless individuals who share a passion for the sky. And it's a story that we're excited to explore further in future episodes. Remember to subscribe and ring the notification bell for more exciting content from above and beyond aviation. And as we wrap up today's discussion on Boeing's ordeal, it's clear that the journey ahead is challenging yet hopeful. We've delved into the turbulent world of the aviation industry, spotlighting the issues that have placed Boeing in the eye of the storm. The grounding of the 737 MAX fleet signaled a crisis, but it also heralded an opportunity for change. The root cause of these challenges, a blend of design flaws and regulatory oversights, has been identified. Now it's time for action. The way forward for Boeing involves prioritizing safety, enhancing pilot training, and bolstering communication with regulatory bodies. Accountability and transparency are the watchwords of this journey. These principles, combined with the innovation and collaboration of the aviation community, provide the wind beneath Boeing's wings, propelling it towards a brighter future. And in the world of aviation, the storm never really subsides. It just changes course. Just recently, an Alaska Airlines flight lost a part of its door mid-flight, a harrowing incident that served as a stark reminder that the issues we've discussed today are far from being fully resolved. The flight, traveling from Seattle to Santa Ana, experienced a sudden and shocking event when a section of its cargo door broke away. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but the incident has reignited discussions around aircraft safety and maintenance. The incident takes a darker turn when we introduce a whistleblower who had previously raised concerns about Boeing's management and oversight issues. His revelations, which were largely ignored, now cast a long shadow over the company's operations. In an unfortunate and mysterious turn of events, the whistleblower was found dead under suspicious circumstances. This event has sent shockwaves through the industry. raising questions about the length some entities might go to silence dissenting voices. These recent events underscore the urgency of addressing issues at Boeing. As we continue to navigate the turbulent skies of the aviation industry, we remain committed to bringing you the most accurate, up-to-date information. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing story, reminding ourselves that the journey to safety and accountability is not a destination, but a continuous flight. Until next time, keep your seatbelt fastened and your spirits soaring high.